Hey everyone, welcome back. So a quick question that I got at work was, hey, I need to download all my attachments from a specific folder for a specific date. Now, that maybe sound like a pretty interesting idea. I thought so, so I said, sure, I'll give it a go. So that's what we're doing with you here today. First things first, guys, open up your Outlook. Make sure you have your developer tab available. So in this example, we're going to be downloading an attachment from my Outbox, believe it or not, but why not? Go for it. So insert a module. We're going to call this, I guess, download attachments or something along that lines. So once you've got that in, we're going to start defining our variables. So with these, because we're already in Outlook, we don't necessarily need to bind in any regard, but we're going to anyway because, I don't know, it makes it a lot simpler. So start off by, we're going to call OLAP and dim that as a Outlook application, OL mail as a mail item, short for attachments as an object. Now your folder, OLE folder, as Outlook folder. And last but not least, namespace, we're just going to call that namsp, and then we're going to move forward. Okay, so right now what we're doing is we're defining our folder to which we are going to download our attachments. So with that, we're going to call this string folder path. Now, it sounds like a fun name. It is a fun name. Now, you can call it whatever you want, really, but in this regard, I guess most programmers use this kind of short form. Sometimes I do it. Sometimes I just define it as X or Y, especially if I'm in a rush. For you guys, I guess I'll just have to, bite the bullet. So here we go. We're defining our folder as a string. This is the location you'll see in the bottom, or actually mid left. You got attachment folder right there. Next one, we're going to bind our OLAP to our Outlook application. This way we're going to do late binding. You'll see it there. All done. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to define our OL mail. Now how we're going to do that is we're going to set up as OLAP, which is the application, create item, and then OL mail item. So using your IntelliSense, this will be quite easy to do, as you see right here. Next thing is we're going to set our folder. Now our folder, we're going to use a nifty little thing, it's pick folder. Now this function, once you use your get namespace and then MAPI, will allow the user who's working on the macro to select the folder that they would wish to download their attachments from. Which is a pretty good idea because, like a lot of times if you're developing this for someone in the office and it's got to change, you can attach this to a user form. You can make the interface user friendly, and you can just go from there. It's not a one-stop shop. It can be dynamic, right? So what we're doing is we're starting to create our loops. First one is for every mail item in our folder that we selected. All right. The next one is going to be a stop device. So if the type name of our item is not a mail item, end our if. We're going to start with just today. We just want to download all the documents for the day. So we're going to use date. So date 1 equals date, and we're going to format date 1, and then after we're going to format the date received so it equals each other. So when we use our logic, it's not going to default because of formatting issues. So our logic is really simple. If date 1 does not equal the received date of the mail item, then we're going to exit our sub. Else exit sub and if. Okay, so once we reach our criteria and our criteria is met, we're going to do a simple device, which is for every attachment in our mail item, we're going to download them to our location. So do this. So first we're going to set our string file. This is going to be equal to olmail.attachments.items bracket y bracket dot file name. The reason why we use y equals 1 at the top is because if there's more than one attachment, it's a very simple way of doing something like a U-bound array, or what we could have done is we could do attachments.count and go and run the loop to the number of times for a for next loop to the nth amount of attachments in the email. This one's just pretty simple, and it's kind of run of the mill, and it's very good use for beginners. Next thing is we're going to combine our string file with our string folder and its file name. And then we're going to set our download function, which is olmail.attachments.items bracket y dot save as file, and then the string name. So what it's going to do is it's going to take your attachment and it's going to download it. So it may look kind of complicated. Maybe it's complicated. It's not that complicated. We're going to run through. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, well, you just got to try again. And that's the way she goes. Alright, we're running through. Oh, what happened? Oh, I know what I did. I didn't format it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the received date, and then we're going to format it the same way as date 1. So there's going to be no formatting issues, because no one likes issues, especially when you're running with code. So let's just solve that issue. Go forward, and let's try this again. Real simple. So we're going to download every attachment in our outbox. It's going to run through. There's our first attachment. Download. Now there we go. So look over to the right here. Now we've got something in that file. Boom! Downloaded. Not bad. Anyways, you can use this. You can attach this to a user form. It's going to work for you. Thanks a lot.